look back here. Watch me. It's always weird to get a phone life started. It's not the same as your regular life. Well, what is a regular life? Is a regular life? Regular lives are phone lives, right? I mean, they started off as this, right? A phone live. Phone. I'm on a phone. I'm on a phone live. They started off as this, so I think this is actually the norm. The or is it the computer way? I don't know. It's really it's weird. The one thing I don't get, I think it probably does let you do the title before. I think I have done that before. Not sure. Waiting on people. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, Daniel? How you doing, man? Man, you're always around. What's up, Wingspan? What's going on? What has been going on? Mirrors, my boy. What's up, man? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is actually, I'm actually pretty stoned. Yeah. But thank you for that. You know, I'm a little bit out of touch with the Kaiser stuff. If anybody's on the radar with that, you know, too much time away. I guess I don't know. What is a lot of time away, right? It feels like I've been away for a minute. Just a work period, I guess. I don't know, but just like it feels weird not to be able to like to see what's been going on like on a consistent basis. I am, I am. Uh, Working sucks, but you got to do it. You got to do it. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard the latest from this dude. If anything's changed or anything like that, anything new, any new developments, be nice to know. Oh, I will. I've been catching up on it too. I've been catching up on it. That's why it's been kind of. I've had these weird days where it's like I don't know how to respond to things. It's like it's just strange to me, man. It's just weird. Like I like to believe that I don't do things that are disrespectful in any kind of way. Like I try not to because believe it or not, like for real, you think so? You think I'm losing that? All right. Well, I'll sacrifice a few of them, just to stay on a little bit, all right? But I won't be out for long. Um, the 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 thing that I like to believe is that like I like to like walk with a very respectful way of doing things because growing up where I grew up, it's like even though it's like there's a lot of bad things happening or whatever, there's still like an air of responsibility that people have in order to be a well-rounded individual, like respectful. You know what I mean? You gotta just like you gotta do certain things with respect. So like I'm trying to like you know do this thing that I do, like just live life and be as respectful as I could possibly be without really like trying to like stumble over things or to hurt anybody. So I'm doing my best to do that. Like I'm doing my best to try to just like be as cool as I can be about certain things. Oh well, thanks. I don't like. Okay, thank you. Um, no. If that's what it looks like, that's not. Don't feel that way. I smoked weed. Obviously I'm stoned, so that's it, buddy. But trust, it's not that. And maybe I do. Maybe I am a little tired in the sense that I'm tired and like, I want to go to sleep. But no, no. So yeah, like I said, I think that I'm working, to try to like, be respectful as much as I can. Like I don't. When I mean respectful, I mean like actually like trying to be as respectful of people's spaces as I am of others. Just try to be like cool and everything. But like you could only be like as good as you could possibly be until people like push you to a certain degree, right? Like you don't want to be a dick. You really don't. Hey, Angel, it's nice to see you. You make me happy. um, you don't want to like hurt people because just because or because like they annoy you one day or whatever. Like you know there's a lot of people that get on my nerves. A lot of people that get on my nerves, and I don't like tell them or do anything like or laugh at them behind their back or anything like that. I just like I just let it be, like because it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm just not feeling it right now. Maybe I don't understand where they're coming from, and I just want to like give them a little space. Like hey, whatever. But then thank you, Angel. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, I did say it, man. You know what? And hey, what do you want from me, man? Like I'm a guy. I'm fucking I'm straight. I love women. You know what I mean? It's not is that's not a is that gonna be a slight on me because I like women? Do I have to be gay to be cool or what? Is that what it is? I mean, I like gay guys. And I don't mean it in the way that I like them like that, but I like them. I think they're cool. I've never had a problem with gay people. Like, I've seen them my whole life. I've hung out with them my whole life. I came from LA. This is the funny part about living in LA, by the way, is that you see the worst of the worst and the best of the best. And I mean that in every sense of the word. It's like you see the worst of the worst in people and you see the best of the best in people. So sometimes you see the worst of the worst in gay people, the best of the best in gay people. So it's like I know some really nice gay people that I like a lot. Like and there's some gay people that are jerks. Like it's just the way it is. It's life. It's human. Like we're people. Like so I don't get this part where you like oh shit, this dude is straight and he likes women. Holy fucking shit, there's something wrong with that. You're like, what? No, there's nothing wrong with that. You it's like you're trying to put a whole bunch of things together that don't make they like like just to make yourself feel better about something that happened to you. It's like I think there's a lot of that going on nowadays. It's like what makes me feel better about my individual situation? Oh right, I could just fucking talk shit about this whole group and that'll make me feel better. Like okay, all right, I hope it does. I hope you feel better at the end of the day. Why you brosifing me? I'm not. This ain't no Midtown, buddy. Don't brosif me. I'm just playing. Nah, man, it's not. It ain't like that. Oh no. You know what? They grow up too fast. They grow up too fast. I wouldn't know. I don't know. I don't have fucking kids. Um, I did. A lot of nieces and nephews. Like it's funny because it's one of the things that I would really like to do is like get in touch with them a little bit more because they kind of like they kind of level. Believe it or not, kids will level you out. Um, if you think they won't, they will. Because it's like when you talk to them and then you like talk about like their problems and you're like you start thinking to yourself like wow like like I really don't have any problems. Like I should really be a lot more adult about things. I should really stop looking at things a certain way because it's really childish to look at things this way. But when you're not around kids and you're in your own world, you kind of forget, and sometimes you kind of let your childish instincts kind of take over. It's stupid, but sometimes you do. Like you're not like trying to do it, but it's like it's there. They're all there. Those emotions are there. Stop it, Dizzy. Stop it. I'm hedging. That's funny. Oh yeah, man. That's. I mean, it's how I feel about it. I don't know. Whatever. And the thing is that like I've been like feeling like I want to talk about certain things, I want to talk about like things that happen or whatever, and just be like, cool about it. I'm not trying to like. Every time it seems like I talk about it from one angle, it's like I'm talking shit. And talking from another angle, it's like I'm talking shit. It's like I'm not talking shit, people. You guys need to fucking get over yourselves. I'm not talking shit. I'm not talking shit about you, your fucking situation, your peoples. I'm not talking about anything. The only thing I'm trying to do is to clarify that I'm not trying to be a dick to all of y'all. And the thing is, the thing that makes me laugh about all this fucking, fucking, did she help? Did I get help? Did all this other shit? It's like in the whole thing that they fucking keep complaining about. They keep fucking looking at me like I'm some sort of jerk or whatever. They seem to skip over the part where I say I appreciate that she did that. I'm very thankful that she did that. I am happy that she did that. She saved my life when she did that. It's like just like let's just put that all over there and let's worry about all the things that you said that were negative. What things did I say that were negative? Like what did I say exactly that was negative? James, I know how you mean that, but I thank you for saying it. Um, that's the thing though. That's the thing though. It's like I come on here to try to clarify, to try to make things cool and everything. And you know what? To a certain degree, I won't lie. To a certain degree, I won't lie. Almost. Damn it. To a certain degree, I won't lie. I do want to hang out there. I do want to kick it there. I liked it. What is it weird to say something like that? Is it weird to want to be around people that you like? It's not weird. That's not weird at all. It's not weird to want to hang out with people that you used to hang out with. It's not weird. I've said it to a certain degree. Okay, fine. To a certain degree, yeah, sure. But when you're open about it and you're not trying to like be sneaky about it, I don't understand why that's weird. Like I'm just not the type of person that fucking like that has this like, oh, I'm gonna like tell you something over here and not tell you something over there. It's just I don't do that. I'm open about the things that I talk about. It's like I don't understand this mentality that's like, oh, now I have been fumbling with the idea of like just like opening up about more about those things, but then I just think to myself like, no, you don't want to do that. And so I'm trying really hard to just like stay in that line, like stay in that line where it's like, don't say too much, but things are really getting unfair on one side. Things are really getting unfair on one side. Like, first of all, like the fact that one narrative is being like, not only put up, but it's the only one people seem to agree on, and at some degree, Pastor, you really want to talk about that, hit me up on my email. Okay, it's in the description of my page. If you really want to talk to me about that, talk to me on my email. I don't want to get into that right now. That's very touchy. I don't like to get into it. um yeah, I know. And Stanley, damn it, you are 100% correct. 100% correct. And in any normal case, I would have. And the thing is that look, I'll give you a perfect example of it. Okay, a perfect example. You know Coded. Coded. I was cool with Coded. I didn't have a problem with him. I didn't like, even with all this little weirdness and shit like that. I didn't have a problem with him. But he fucked me off on his live. He straight up told me to leave. Like he didn't like, like we didn't get into it or nothing. He told me that he wasn't cool with me. He told me to leave. I took off. Done. But you and I never gone back. And you want to know why? Is because he he told me straight up what it was. He said it. He put it out there. I walked out. To a certain degree, I respect that. I don't like him anymore. I'm not gonna like him because who the fuck throws you out of your page like that? You know what I mean? Nah, dude, we're not cool. But the thing is that at least he had he told me, hey, dude, get the fuck out of here. All right, hey, you got it, bro. I'm out. I'm gone. I ain't. I'm never coming back. Not all this fucking like, like, but then again, and not to sound sexist or anything, but yeah, I am dealing with women. It's not like like it's not like it's a dude thing, whatever. But the truth is that, well, like exactly what did I do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll admit to certain wrongdoings, and I already did. And I'll be more than willing to apologize. Now, one thing I gotta say that seems to be like, for some reason a negative when I went there, and I actually was on the live, that I got a phone call when somebody came on. I just got a phone call at that time. It was more important than the situation, so I took the phone call over that, and I always do that. If there's a phone call right now that comes in, I'm gonna take the phone call that's more important over the live. So I'm sorry that I got a phone call in between, and it didn't leave us with any kind of closure as far as like that conversation goes. But you can have it again. We can have that. We can have that panel again. You can come up on my live anytime you want. I haven't denied you, unlike you guys that just completely block people out. Because see, this is the difference. See, I'm not afraid to entertain anybody who wants to come over here and talk to me about something that I did wrong. They're not afraid of it at all. Like, like, you guys want to come and talk, let's go, come on, get up here, let's talk, let's do it. But when you come here and you like, yeah, excuse me, when you do your lives, and you mention me, or even if you want to say, like, you didn't say my name or whatever, but it's just like being over here and saying what I'm saying. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. I don't have to tell you. You know who I'm talking about. So because of that, you gotta let me fucking, either come in there, fucking, give my defense, say it the way I'm supposed to, like, let me say it. Don't just fucking block me out every time I try to say something. Every time I try to say something, you scream at me. And then this is the thing that I really like. It bothered it. Like, I question it. Like, I question, like, you want to sit here and tell everybody that, oh, I didn't want nothing romantic with anybody. Hold up. Okay, cool. You don't want to. Why are you treating me like that then? Why are you treating me like there was something romantic? That you think people won't get some sort of like vibe off of that? I don't. This is the part I don't understand. This is the part I don't understand. The part that I don't understand the most is that you keep trying to make me look like I'm some like nothing or whatever, but yet this nothing, this dude that there's nothing to you, you're blocking out and doing all this fucking crazy shit too. Like, it's it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. If you didn't want that narrative to be spun, you spun it yourself. I didn't do it because I wasn't the one talking about it. All I wanted to do was to clear shit up. That was it. And you fucking made this into some sort of fucking like crazy shit where, oh, my voice can't be, I can't say nothing or whatever, like, somehow I'm doing all this crazy stuff or whatever. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Stanley, you're awesome, Stanley. I love you, man. I like it. I like it, dude. But okay, Dearman. Thank you for showing up. By the way, I missed you. Um, I didn't. I wasn't saying nothing. That's the thing, is that I wasn't saying nothing about it. I all I did was clarify the situation because I didn't like the fact that I was being made out to be some sort of like granny, like fucking like manipulator or some shit. I don't do that. That's not me at all. Like, I don't fuck at first of all, the fact that I fucking like, I've been in and out of fucking like, these periods of feeling like alone and then wanting to be alone. This is a weird space to be in for anybody who's been in it, where you've been with somebody for a very long time, and so you're used to it. You're used to that fucking that having that person there. Then you don't have them anymore, and it's like, okay, now I'm kind of on my own, trying to do things on my own. But it's like, it's not. You're trying to fit in this situation where it's like you're so used to having this person that you talk to, and these like, just this situation that you're used to, and then you don't have it, and then you try to like, sometimes you try to like fill it in. You try to make it into something that you like with somebody else that it's not. Then you're like, well, maybe I don't want it because I like my space. I like being alone and shit like that. So you're like, you know, that wasn't what I wanted. You're in this weird fucking thing, and I'm in the weird spot where it's like I like being alone to a certain degree, but then there's things that I don't like doing alone, and so it's like I haven't of course, you know, like I'm still on the journey of finding whether it's going to be a person, whether it's going to be my own self or whatever. It's just like I'm still in that space, so I'm like, I may confuse things, or I may see things a certain way that somebody doesn't. I don't know. So it doesn't, I don't feel like, oh, everything's like fucking the end all be all is what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, somebody could fucking be cool with me one day, like we can be cool, and then we can not be cool, and I can be all right with that. But then when there's so many like when there's so many things that are left, like where I don't. I'm really. I really just like having, like, people tell me if it's gonna be like fuck off, whatever. But when it comes to like fucking outside, things where it's like it's not. There's too many factors. I just can't do it. It's too many things that are outside of that realm where I just can't, because it's like this shit just like fucking. I don't know, man. It just fucking really bothers me that like it keeps being talked about in a way that like if it would have just been like, well, you know what, I don't like that he fucking that he needed help. I don't like the fact that he needed help. He's a fucking grown ass man. He shouldn't need help. That's why I don't want to talk to him. Cool, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But it keeps coming up this, oh, he talked to my friend and then he was gonna do this to me. I wasn't gonna do shit to your friend. I wasn't gonna fucking ask shit for your friend. If you would have allowed me to explain, which is too late now. I really don't care to explain anymore either. It's like you would have seen it had nothing to do. It was nothing like what was going on. You just assumed it. Your friend assumed it. You guys took your little paths and rolled with it. And honestly, I think it has more to do with, like, what you wanted to do, but you're being a coward and not putting up like the actual thing that you wanted to say. But whatever, dude, you could hide behind it. I don't care. But it just really irks me that you have to continue with that narrative when you don't even know it. You don't even know if it's true or not. You don't even know if it's fucking true or not. And I'm not looking at the chat, and I'm sorry. Let me see. Let me see who's talking shit. Mirrors, stop it. Yeah, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say no to that. You know, you know. And you know what? You know what, Stanley? You know what, Stanley? It's possible that ever since Gordo died, that is the situation. That probably is. It probably is the situation. I don't know. Um, I just don't. McAddicts. What's up, buddy? Man, dude. It's glad. I'm glad to see the folks here are back, man. And Guadalupe, I saw you there. You know I love you. I know I understand. Whatever. I'm not even pissed. Like that. You know. I don't. I just don't. I don't understand the wackiness that's going on over there. But the thing is, at the same time, there's this thing about me, and this is the thing. This is the thing. This is where I may be weird. I may be weird, 100% weird. I may be weird, and I mean, fuck, I'm doing shit on YouTube. I'm fucking weird. Um, but it doesn't mean that I want to harm people. It doesn't mean that I want to fucking go over there and like do bad shit to people. Like I don't. That's not who I am. But it there's something about the way people act or the way they do things that, like, I grow to like understand. It's just something that I've picked up on. I think we're all kind of like that. We pick up on patterns and stuff like that. That when once you kind of understand those patterns, and then you see somebody, like, interrupt them or act a certain way, or it makes you start thinking about, like, okay, what's really going on here? Like, what's really happening? Like, there's something under the surface that, like, hasn't been explored or isn't being explored, that has, these people stuck, or this whole situation stuck in a certain way that, you know it concerns me. It concerns me. And maybe I'm wrong for being concerned. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I shouldn't care. Maybe I shouldn't give a fuck. But I do. I do. That's the problem. The problem is that I do. I don't want to. I wish that I could just let it go. I wish that I could just say, like, forget about it. But I can't. I can't now. I can't now. The situation did not, it just didn't form into something that made sense for me. So that's why I haven't been able to let it go. It has really nothing to do with the interpersonal relationships that are going on there. That can be let go. That can really be let go. Like, as a matter of fact, like, I don't like I don't really think about that person the same way I did before. I don't. I mean, I'm already talking to somebody else, so I think it's really, really cool. But not bringing it up here. Um, it's just that there's things that don't make sense to me. They don't, and I feel like I gotta explore them. I feel like I gotta learn more. Whether or not it's satisfying to the situation that they put me in, I don't know. I just don't. I don't like it. I saw that. Let me see what else we got here. Fucking Blue Jays are blowing another game. They're gonna keep it. They're gonna keep it going. You know what? You know what? I'm a sister. It's not. It's okay. Check it out. I'm just not that kind of a guy, right? I'm not. I don't obsess with fucking people in the sense that, oh God, like, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. I just like, when things don't go. There's this. Okay, I don't know how to explain this to you. It's like, I have a certain amount of, like, caring for people, because I understand, like, having, sometimes people have mental deficiencies, or sometimes you have a mental issue that, like, you're not dealing with. This is something that I'm learning, like, something that's like, I recently lost my therapist that I was working with, that was helping me out so much, like, like, and I want to get back to it, because it was so helpful, like, like, to keep me level headed. And to a certain degree, like it's just like, you recognize shit, like, you can recognize, like, when somebody, like, feels a certain way to you, and you're drawn to them. You want to be around them, not just because of the things that they're talking about, but, like, in a way, you kind of understand them, like, you feel the way they feel. You, like, there's something there. With her, I have that feeling, but I still haven't really figured out why it is, because there's a cry for help there. There's a cry for help there, that, like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't get nobody to understand it, because it's just weird. It's weird, because I don't I want to just turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, I want to just, like, leave it alone. I don't want to think about it. I don't. I just want to, like, move on, think about other shit. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, there was a reason why I was there, and there was a reason why we were cool, and there was a reason why, like, when and the funny thing is that, like, I get what she's doing when she talks about it the way she does. Is like, she tries to dress it up in a way that makes me look like, the worst possible human being. It makes it easier for you to draw away from it. But if anybody knows me, like, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad for me. I don't. Like, it's just, I let things flow. I let things, like, if I feel bad, I feel bad, and I let it out. If I there's not an expression on my face that doesn't happen because I'm not feeling that. That's why I'm so easy to read. Like, my roommate's only known me for a few weeks. He can already feel, like, when I'm feeling distressed. He can see it on me, but it's because I don't hide it. So it for her to say, like, oh, like, oh, he was crying and all this and that. I was having a hard time. I was stressed out. And that's what I was trying to say yesterday, is that I was impulsive. I was being very impulsive because I didn't know what was going to come next. It's very difficult to understand in your brain, like, you got things that are happening, and then other situations. And like I said, of course I'm being vague. Of course I'm not going to tell you all the details. If you knew them, you probably understand me a lot better. But of course I'm not going to put them out there. It's just that it was hitting me very hard at the moment, and I was talking to her because we always talked. We always conversated. We never talked about other people. We talked about ourselves. We talked about things that was going on with us. And so I'm not gonna. I don't get the part where I manipulated anybody. Like, all I did was tell you what was going on. And again, you keep saying, like, like, oh, you told me how much. You asked me how much. You asked me. I was telling you how much things would cost, because of course you're asking me what I'm doing. I'm telling you, I'm looking up tickets to go to California, how much it costs. And that's where the 450 comes, by the way. It's not, that's not a number I pulled out of my ass. That's not a number that just like decided to think about. You would ask me what were you looking at. I'm all like, flights to go over there, and it's like 450 for a flight to LA, if I leave tomorrow. And I was like, I don't think I can. And you're the one who came up and told me you could help me. And now, again, I didn't want you to. I wasn't gonna ask anybody for 450. That's crazy. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that. So I said, you know what? Hang on. Let me just give me like a week and let me find out what's going on, like, as far as work goes and everything that I could do. I was like, let me find out. I'll hit you back up at the end of the week to tell you what, like, see what kind of help I need or whatever. If you really want to help me, that's what it came down to. I didn't, I didn't, bam, just hit you with the number, and you know that. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, like, when I put up the 450 number, you, on the day that you asked me, on the day that you actually let me get that cash, that day you told me, so how much are you gonna need? I didn't say 450. You were ready to give me 450. You said it yourself. You were ready to give me that. I said no. I said no. I was like, you know what? Given the situation, how I want to handle it, just let me get 200. That's how that went down. That's exactly how that went down. I didn't fucking, if I, like I said again, if I really wanted to take advantage of this lady, however she says it, whatever she's saying, if I really wanted to do that, I could have set some number a little bit higher. Why not? Why not do that? Again, it's just dumb that if I'm this fucking, like, scammer who knows how to scam people or whatever, who's like, oh, this is what I do. Oh, I go for little grannies and shit like that. I would be a little bit smarter, I think, in my end goal, right? I mean, these people who do this kind of shit don't do it for no fucking $200. They try to milk and try to fucking go for, like, health insurance and shit like that. That's not what I was doing at all. You asked me if I needed help. I wasn't even trying to involve you. Like, I wasn't. All I was doing was going to you like I always went to you. Emotional support. That's all that was. I didn't. You're the one who brought it up. As a matter of fact, that's when you told me, oh, I peel off $200 every month or whatever. That was the first time I heard you say that. You said, oh, it's gonna be 200. Oh, okay, that's easy because I give $200 to a channel every month and whatever. You went through your whole spiel on that. And I'm like, cool, whatever. Okay, cool. Well, thanks. And I was more than, like, I was appreciative of it. I was appreciative. Oh, mirrors. Damn it. Of course she isn't. Oh, I should stop lying, Captain. How about you stay the fuck out of something that you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about? You know what, dude? The thing is that you will say anything that will get you in Shannon's good graces, and that's the truth. You are worse than me, bro. You could say what you want about me, but you're worse. And the thing is, the only reason why I think Shannon feels any kind of like sympathy towards you and the things that you've done is because you sent her flowers and all kinds of shit, dude. And who knows what else? Because she's only gonna say so much. And obviously, I could tell she's nice enough not to like throw people under the bus when she could. So, you know what, dude? Just don't. You know what I mean? Just stay the fuck out. You know for a fact that you know what you do. You know who you are. Fucking all it takes is to see you one time on camera, and everybody understands where you're coming from. So nothing you say is gonna sway me in any kind of way. Yeah, it's dumb. It's just dumb. Like and the thing is that Cap, I had a certain amount of actual respect for you to a certain degree, and I had your back, bro. You really you really showed your nastiness the first time when you tried to tell Shannon that I didn't acknowledge you here. Like it showed who you were. And you know what? I've never liked you since. So don't think that we were cool. So whatever, dude. Yeah, stop fucking lying. The other thing too is that okay, people want to say that I'm lying about shit, but that's the thing. That's the thing, though. I'm a sister. That's the thing, though. There is no lying in wait. There is no lying in wait. There is no like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna bide my time and shit like that. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says about, like, I know what it's like when you really want to be with somebody, you go after them. You go do what you gotta do. That doesn't mean stalk. That doesn't mean you have to go and fucking like go to their fucking door when they don't want you to. That's not what that means. That means you make your intentions known and you're consistent about it. If you're not consistent about it, how is that person gonna know? Like they're not gonna know. You fucking play that stupid game where you're like, oh yeah, I don't yeah, they're my friend, but I don't like them, and like I don't even look at them like that. Fuck that. No, if I like you, I like you. If I think about you like that, I think about you like that. There's no mistaking. There's no like, oh, maybe if there was or it could be. No, there's none of that. It's yes, I do, and can we move forward? If nothing happens, I'm not gonna get all upset about it. I made my feelings known. Now, again, my feelings were always in the forefront. I always said what I said. Things still happened even though I said what I said, right? I was still cool with her even though I said what I said. So obviously that wasn't that much of a problem until it became one, right? This is what I'm saying is that like people like to do that kind of shit where it's like, "Oh, I didn't like that about that person, but you were cool with them. You were okay with them until something happened." So now all of a sudden that part of them is weird. That part of them is no longer cool because now you have a problem with them. And that's what I'm talking about here is that like all of a sudden I'm an issue because there was an issue. If there wasn't an issue, if there never was an issue, if nothing ever came about, then what would happen? What would have happened? What would have happened exactly? I still would have been the same dude. I still would have been sitting on her panel. I still would have complimented her like I did. I still would have been the same guy. If nothing would have happened, I still would have been the same guy. So what was the real problem? The shit is that I wasn't a problem. I wasn't an issue. I was until I was. That's the truth. It seems that way, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. That's what she told you, Cap. If that's what she told, bro. If that's what she told you, you're not paying attention. If that's what she told you, you're not paying attention, man. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Words and actions, you guys said it yourself. They speak louder, right? You're not paying attention. You could say what you want. Say what you want. Oh, that was you bad or whatever. Oh, it made her feel weird or whatever. Yeah, who is Cap? With who? With who though, Dermot? Because look, let me tell you something, Dermot. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and be like fucking like, oh, like those things are out there. Those things are out there. I don't. I've said it before. Um, the people who I had to apologize to for those things, I already did. There's nothing more I could do about that. So if the people, the people that got those, because again, I misunderstood something, or I was like, I didn't think correctly about something that they said or whatever. Whatever, it's done. That was done. With anything that's happened recently, or with things that they heard, I will say that she has been fair with that shit. I'm not, like I'm not gonna say anything more, because like I said, that's one of those things that, like, hey, it was two people, whatever, we were having a conversation, it went somewhere. If it didn't go anywhere, like to that degree, then whatever, nothing happens, whatever, that's that. And I could only, all I can do for the people who didn't like it, or who felt like, oh, that was wrong, I'm sorry, that's it, that's all I can do. And like, I don't talk to them in that capacity anymore. I mean, like I said, I I, I I'm open about how I feel about things. If I feel about you a certain way, I will say it. I'll be open about it. I won't, like, go around it or anything like that. I'll tell you straight up. And if you're cool with it, then you're cool with it. If you're not, you're not. And that's it. That's all that is. That's all that is. I mean, we're talking about adults here. We're talking about adults. We're not talking about we're not, this isn't fucking like, kids or nothing. So again, if that's out there, that's out there. If people want to like fucking scrutinize me about it or whatever, all I can say is that, like, my headspace is different at the time than the time that I did those things. And you know what? I probably wasn't thinking clearly. I probably was in a very fucking like a sad and lonely place, and so I did something that I regret now. Like, and that's all I that's all I can do. That's all I can do is tell you the truth about it. Is that, like, sometimes you do things that you regret, and again, it's not, it doesn't, it's not me in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'm not like that in like in the in you know it doesn't mean that that's what I do with, like, like all the time or whatever. I was in a different zone. Sometimes, like, like, I make mistakes when you're, and that's what I mean, is that, like, I'm willing to admit when I make mistakes too. I'm willing to admit when I did something wrong. I'm willing to like sit in front of a fucking court of judgmental people to tell me, like, that I did wrong. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, exactly. I'm a sister, exactly. Well, but dear man, that's not fair. You know why that's not fair? Because you didn't grow up with cell phones and stuff like that, dude. Like, I mean, you haven't been in this and like I said, I'm pretty sure there's some sort of story out there that they got, that somebody saying something that you're weird in some way or whatever. I mean, it's just a fucking, it's just one of those things, like, dude, like, I understand where you're coming from. I get it, absolutely. And trust me, I'm not out here fucking sending fucking pics to anybody and everything that I see. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I just, like I said, I misconstrued something. I thought one way, it was another way. I was told that it wasn't that way, and cool. Like, all right, cool. Fucking, like, I left it alone. And again, each one of those situations individually, when we got to that point, ended ended in that capacity. It never got back to that. Why? Because they made it absolutely clear. There wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And also, too, I didn't continue having conversations with them in that capacity after that conversation happened. So again, there is a difference. There is a big difference to the way people act and the way they make it clear about certain situations. I'm not just gonna uh talk to somebody a certain way if they're not cool with it. You know, you think I didn't have that conversation? Like, I had that conversation with her. I had that conversation with her about those things. she was okay with them. If she wasn't, I would have stopped. And I was in, and I trust that I listen. I listen to what people tell me. If they tell me a certain thing, then I listen to it. I'm always paying attention because I don't want to, like I said, disrespect people. I don't want to disrespect people. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. That's not my thing. That's not what I do. I don't wake up in the morning saying, "Hey, you know what? Today I'm gonna fuck up somebody's life." That's not what I'm about. I really just want to have fun. I'm trying to have fun and shit like that. I'm trying to be cool with people, and then shit like this happens. And like I said, to a certain degree, I'm not taking any fault. It's like I'm taking fault in the things in certain actions that I did, but then you want to add to them. You want to add to them. Like I was, again, I don't want to rehash the story again because it's been rehashed 100 million times. But the truth is that it wasn't the same with your friend at all. And like all I was asking about something specific, very, very specific, because at the moment it was something specific that I was being offered. That's what I was asking for. But it didn't happen. And I didn't I didn't obsess over that or anything. She hung up on me in the middle of the conversation. In the middle of the conversation. That's why there's more context that she will never have. And her narrative is always going to fit in her head because she never finished the conversation. She hung up on me. Then when I tried to call her up once, she didn't answer. Called her up a second time, didn't answer. After that, left it alone. Don't know what's going on. I thought that was reasonable, whatever. She didn't give me any money. She didn't give me any help. I didn't get nothing from her. I don't understand where any of that animosity comes from. I didn't play a game of, oh, hey, like you're my friend, you're my friend, you're my friend, and then like, have her give me money. No, I didn't even do that. The reason why I brought up the time that she showed her house is because there was something that was said there that like she let you stay there for like a couple of days, and you guys are friends, you guys know each other, whatever. Like, hey, you guys did that, cool, done. You guys it's cool. That's the only reason why I brought that up because I was like, well, maybe she meets people online. That's her thing. I don't know. I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can get help. That's all. So, like I said, I'm not. Hey, who the fuck? I'm not. I don't really care whether she said yes or no. I went for a long shot there. I was being offered something that's close to Sacramento. I was being offered some job or something, and I just, I just wanted to throw something out there, see if it would work. It didn't work. Fine, whatever. It didn't have to go any further than that. It didn't. It's like whatever. I like, oh, I did it sneak or whatever. I never denied it. I never said, like, no, I didn't. The day that she called me, the day that she called me and told me, oh, did you call my friend or whatever? I didn't say no. I said yes. That's it. I just don't. I don't get where all the extra stuff comes from. Like I don't. I really don't. Unless there's more to that you don't want to talk about. I mean, there's certain two initials that keep coming up that supposedly were never going to be talked about again, right? But oh, oh, they're coming up a lot now. So hey, like I said, I'm not one to like start like talking shit or whatever, anything like that. But I do notice things because I listen, I pay attention. I, you know I, I pay attention to what people say, and so as I pay attention and I listen to people, I understand how they think. And what I notice, and the one thing that I notice every single time, is that with her, it's like when you're in her bad side, you're in her bad side. When you're in her good side, you're in her good side. When you're on her like favoritism side, boy, do you get praised. Boy, do you get praised. And you know what? You can kind of tell who are the people she's kind of favoring in that list, right? And you just got to pay attention. And it seems to me that I was okay until I wasn't. I was cool until I wasn't. I was. Okay, I'm a sister. Okay. I'm just, the thing is that, like, I am, but the thing is that I haven't really had a chance I didn't want to do it like this, is what I'm saying. I didn't want to do it like this. Mechanics. It isn't that I should have done this when I was on their panel, and I should have been able to say this on their panel. And when they had me up there, they should have just listened to me, and this would have been done. But they didn't want to listen to me. At every single time that I tried to say something, I got cut off. Every time I tried to make an argument, I got cut off. Every time that we've had a try to have a conversation, she runs away. But I think it's because she doesn't want to hear the truth about what I'm really thinking, or at least the truth about the situation. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to talk about it. Well, well, I don't know if she's flying up. She's flying away. I mean, she flies away at every turn. That's for sure. She has. I mean, again, I went there to confront the situation, to try to make things right, and it's like whatever. Like, like whether it's true or not is irrelevant. Fucking Bears, I love you, bro. Exactly. You saw that. I mean, look, the thing is that for the people who saw what happened, they know what's up. So it's like that's what I'm trying that's what I'm trying to show, is that, like, I'm not fucking nuts. I'm not all these fucking crazy things that you continue to put that in your head, and you keep saying, like, oh wow, you're crazy. Rah. Then you know what? That's what I'm gonna be to you. I'm gonna be crazy. Like, but I'm not, though. I'm very reasonable in the way I see things, and I get literally have a conversation about this with you without running, without screaming, without yelling, because I'm reasonable. I'm a person. I treat people like they're supposed to be treated. I try to be human about things. If I was this crazy monster that you're trying to make me out to be, then I would find a way to, like, sneak in and say something. And I got no tact for that. I got no tact for that. That's why when I came in with the sock account yesterday, I really had no thing about deceiving. All I wanted to do was kind of like make you pay attention that I'm getting, like, I don't have a voice to push back on the things that are being said about me. So that's all I was doing, is just letting, hey, you know what, hey, you're gonna block me out. Well, at least let me stay my peace. Don't block me out and be like, well, I don't, like, this is what you are, and then not expect me to come back. Because if you would have just said, you know what, I'm done with that. It's cool. I don't want to talk about it. Whatever. No, the story has been rehashed and rehashed, and your homies are talking shit, and they are, and you know what? It's cool. Like, they can talk shit. I never cared. I never care the opinions of people who are around the person that I'm talking to, because I don't give a shit. I really don't. Who? Oh, over there. Oh, well, dude, I was already like, dude, that at that moment, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. As a matter of fact, I was more or less like, kind of like fucking feeling real, like, how would you say, I just wasn't ready for that at that moment. I wasn't ready for her to fucking do that. I was trying to, like, think about, like, 100 things that were happening at once. I didn't have a clear mind to do it. But it doesn't, like, again, it's because I wasn't trying to, like, bury anybody or try to hurt anybody there. I wasn't trying to make anybody feel like a jerk right there. What I was trying to do is just try to be like, hey, let's be cool. We can talk about this, and we can say, like, I was wrong, fucking, like, and just get over it. You know what I mean? And just, like, all I was doing was trying to, like, level things off. I wasn't really trying to push back on anything. That's the difference, is that when I went there, that time when I really wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to push back. All I was trying to do was to calm things down so that we could have a nice, clear discussion, and it wasn't happening. And of course, other factors. See, the other thing too is that, like, I got 100 other things happening, and so I don't get to concentrate on this stuff. Like, I don't get to think about it to the point where I get to, like, say, okay, this is what I want to do about it. Like, I don't. I have other things that I'm worried about. So only recently have I had, things that I can just like. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about this. I still got a lot of things to worry about, though. By the way, I'm not like fucking out of the woods. I'm not like fucking like 100% doing well. But the thing is that I'm also not um, as inundated with like financial and things that are more like problem, like I don't know, it's problematic. More like um everyday things that people stress about, like like in the capacity, like you could get more worried about them and stuff like that. Like, those things are kind of like they're kind of dropping off. And so it gives me more time to think about things like this. And so when I think about things like this, I start thinking about them like, okay, why didn't I do this or why didn't I do that? Well, maybe because I was like really in my head and I was stressed out and I had other things that I was worried about. And really, to be honest, and to really, like put it down as far as like what I was thinking at that moment, I needed somebody to talk to. I needed a friend. I was looking for a friend. I was looking for somebody that could reach out and be like, you know what, hey, all right, cool, man. Like you did what you did, whatever. Like be calm, be cool, whatever. Just hang out. I really needed somebody to talk to, man. You don't. It feels horrible when like you're going through shit and all you want is to have a conversation with somebody that's just gonna like tell you that everything's okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to hear that. And I was in that space. I was in that mode, and I needed that. And it was fruitless, and it didn't happen. So I broke down, and it was real. I broke down. That's the other thing that I don't get. It's like, dude, like you people are so callous that you don't know when somebody's actually fucking breaking down, when somebody's actually hurting. Like you can't tell. Seriously, like you couldn't tell that I was actually breaking down at that moment because I really was. I really was. I was breaking the fuck down. And you you kicked me. You kicked me. But it's cool though. You know what I mean? Hey, fuck it. So it's cool. Hey, what are you gonna do, huh? Yeah, I know exactly, Angel. This is the thing that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, like, oh God, I'm such a victim, right? It's like, it's cool. Like I said, I've never taken anything away from my responsibility of the wrong things that I did in that scenario. I never took it. I never said that I wasn't wrong. I said I was wrong. The thing is that like, does the punishment fit the crime is the question here. Like, what exactly are we talking about? It makes more sense to me when I hear certain initials that are being said a lot more after someone said that she never would, and all of a sudden I'm a problem. All of a sudden I'm an issue. The dude that she wants no romantic things with, or doesn't want any romantic things with anybody. And okay, cool. Me, I guess, whatever. But if you didn't and it wasn't an issue, why am I an issue then? If that's doesn't make fucking sense, does it? Yeah, absolutely. Well, you see, that's the other part that I was saying yesterday. Uh, um, Thank you, Angel. I know you did. You tried to reach out, Angel, I completely understand, and that just you see, this is what I'm talking about here. This is the shit that I'm talking about. When it comes to all of this madness or whatever, is that you can say what you want about me. You can fucking throw all these fucking accusations and say what you want. You know what I mean? But there are examples of things that out there that where it'll expressly show you that I'm not that. It'll expressly show you that I'm not that. If I was what your friend and anybody else wants to believe that I am, you just look at somebody like Angel for Animals. She's been my supporter for a long time now here. And not once have I ever, tried to get her number or try to like treat her in a certain way that was different than anybody else. I mean, she's a great supporter and I love her for that. But I've never needed anything more than that. And when I conversated with you, I never really, I never said anything about money. I told you that I had money problems. You know, you want to go ahead and kick me some more because I said that I'm broke. Fine, go ahead. It's fine. It's my fault anyways. I don't care. I live with the decisions that I made because I made them and I own them, and I'm sorry if I did anything that hurt people. You know, like I don't wish to. But again, like I don't get this part where you have to create this narrative and try to fucking throw me under the bus, because the truth is you don't have a problem with anything that happened. There's something else there, and you don't want to talk about it. And I believe it has to do with those initials you keep bringing up. That's the fucking truth. I'm only an issue until I'm an issue. And that issue is that I'm taking up somebody's spot. That spot is somebody that you don't want nobody to take. This is why you do what you do. This is why you are the way you are. You run, you get scared when somebody gets close enough to take that spot, and then you act like they're the enemy. We're not the enemy. We haven't done anything to you. You keep bringing it up, but you know what? It's all about those two initials. It's about the two initials, and they keep coming up. And you said you weren't, but you are. Me. Aw, thanks, I'm a sister. You know what? Do you have a channel? Do you have a channel, I'm a sister? I should really go visit you sometime. Later, Mares. Love you, buddy. Yeah, exactly, Angel. Exactly. Did I miss something? Oh, you said later. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Who the fuck is Alice? No problem. I got you. I got you on that. I got you on that. You're good. You're good. All right, sister does have a channel. All right, cool. Thanks for putting it up, Maris. I'm gonna check you out later. All right. Well, yeah, yeah, duh. But do you do things on it? You're being a smart ass right now. I know you are. Yeah, of course. I'm saying, do you do stuff on it? Do you like do lives? Do you do things on it? Is what I'm asking. Silly. You're being silly. That's what you are. You're being silly right now. But yeah, I know everybody has a channel, but some people just don't do nothing on them. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're just watchers or supporters. Watchers. That sounds so creepy, huh? You're just a watcher. You're just a watcher. Um, you had two videos. You had or you have two videos. If you have, or like you do lives and stuff. I don't know. I'll just check it out. I'll check it out. I'll see if I'm also gonna take a trip to this Vegas thing. I don't know. I keep hearing about it, so I'm gonna see what's up with that. No, because this just doesn't this some things just don't add up to me, and when they don't, I gotta explore it. And I'm sorry for some of the people that are here for the Kaiser content, and I will do more on that. I'm just a little bit inundated with this stuff, but it doesn't mean at all that I've like let up on Kaiser or KFAR's dumbass. Just give it time, because those aren't going nowhere. Nah, maybe nah, man. It's not too soon, man. As a matter of fact, all that that's more history than it is news. So it's like whatever, dude. Look, that's not gonna bother me ever. You know what I mean? Because like I said, and I told the people that are upset about it. I said I was sorry. I said I was sorry. I meant it sincerely. And if it wasn't true, then I would still be trying to get at those people like that. But no, it's not. It's not like that at all. They know it. And like I said, I'm not I'm a very loyal person when it comes to my friendships. I love people. When I say it, I mean it. I don't just fucking toss that word out there because everybody needs to be loved. No, if you've earned my love and respect, it's because you've earned it. And so I pretty much, like, I mean it. I hold you to it. I'm loyal to it. And so if I've said that and we had, some kind of, like, disagreement, what some people call falling out, whatever, I still hold you to that regard, and I still have a lot of respect for you and love for you. There are people that are never gonna get under me like that. They're not. It's not gonna happen. Oh yeah, you keep saying that to yourself. It's not gonna change anything, dude. It doesn't change anything. You could say it all you want. You can scream it to the heavens. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference at all. I know what I am. I know who I am, and so that's why when people say things that aren't true, I can challenge them because it's not true. It's just easy. Yeah, it is. It is. That's why I don't need to hide from it. That's why when you come on here and you try to accuse me of lying, I allow you to, not block you off every second that I can, not try to throw you out or run away. It's come on, man. Oh, yeah, and assumptions are just as good as lies. So when you make an assumption and say something about me that you have no idea about, you're lying too, my friend. So think about what you're gonna say next. Exactly. Exactly, I'm a sister. That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't understand. I don't understand that part. It's like I wasn't trying to make anything anybody's business. I was just trying to be cool about shit, whatever. But you know what? You want to keep talking. You want to say I'm a scrub. Well, hey, this scrub was cool until he wasn't. This fucking piece of shit was cool until he wasn't. Until he wasn't cool, I was there with you until I wasn't. And don't tell me you didn't know about my situation because I told you all about it and you knew it. You knew it the whole time. I wasn't manipulating you. I wasn't telling you anything that you didn't know. So, if I'm a scrub, if I'm a piece of shit, if I'm like whatever you want to call me, I was there. I was there, and you knew you cared about me, and you. I was so special. I was special enough to be helped out when I needed it, right? But now I'm a problem. Now I'm a big time problem. I'm this fucking horrible, horrible person. Well, not buying it. I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. It's not what's going on. It's not the truth. The truth is there's something else there, and it comes down to two initials, and everybody should know it by now. The two initials will come up today. Two initials will come up tomorrow. The two initials are going to come up again and again and again and again. And I'm not the issue. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Have you? When? When exactly, Cap? When exactly did you get up off the bed to do that? When did you stop buying groceries enough to do that? When? When did that happen? When? When exactly? Tell me when. I'd like to know. When exactly did you when you put on a shirt to go outside? When? When did you do it? When did you meet all these people? Where have you met all these people? When? Could you tell me when? When did you meet these people? How hundreds of people? How did you meet hundreds of people? Online? Did you meet hundreds of people online? Did you get catfished 100 times? Then I could understand that. I could understand you getting catfished 100 times. That makes a lot of sense to me. When? When did you meet all these people? You're here. What? Listen, again, people need to understand that these phrases mean things. So when you say triggered, do you mean reacting to what you said here on my live. That's a trigger. Reacting to your comments is a trigger. Yeah, no, I don't think you understand what that word means. I don't. You again, you're saying that I'm a liar and you know things about me because you've met hundreds of people. I'm challenging what you said. You said you know hundreds of people. How do you know hundreds of people? You know them online. Where have you met all these people? When have you met all these people? I want you to tell me that. Don't skirt around the issue because that's what you said. You said you met hundreds of people. So where have you met them? Where? Where have you met these hundreds of people? Stupid. Oh, dance to the puppet dance. You're not making anybody dance, bro. You're on my live. Don't forget that. Oh, and by the way, yeah, he did have a bunch of sock puppets come in. So, well, weird. I don't know. It's just it's funny. It's funny, and you know what? Of course, like I said, the ones that the look, Cap. Hate to break it to you, buddy. If you're one of the ones that she just allows to come back in over and over again, it's because you truly got no chance, bro. Truly, like absolutely, like there's nothing there, dude. Like for real, like for real, dude. Like none. Like don't even think about it, dude, because it's like there's no biding your time. There's no like, oh, maybe she will make no. You are harmless in her eyes. You're not even going to be able to catch up to her if she decides to run. So I don't, like if I were you, I just don't, dude. Just don't. You're going to feel real silly when the initials comes in or something else that's better than the initials comes in and she's gone and you never see her again because you think that you're that close. It's going to hurt you, man. I'm just giving you the fair warning right now. It's going to hurt you. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, that's okay, sure, 700 pounds, sure, whatever you say, buddy. You think it's cool, dog? Hey, dude. If it makes you feel good, hey, dude. I'm 700 pounds. If that makes you feel awesome, I hope it does, man. I hope it does. But I will say this on recorded stuff. Like the heaviest I've ever been is 310, and I was a big boy. I was a big boy. Not gonna lie. I'm a big dude. It's what I am. Oh well, like I'm not sad about it. I can tell you one thing. I can get up. I mean, I can get up out of bed. I can walk. I can do things. Like I try my best to try to like lose weight when I can. I'm not saying I'm 100%. The lightest dude in the world, but you know what, Cap? I'm not even gonna go there with you, man. I to be honest with you, dude. I'll be honest with you, man. It disappointed me when you lied on me about how I treated you on my streams because even look now that you have sock puppets, I'm supposedly dancing to you. I don't know, but I get it though. I get it, man. You have feelings for her. You want to be with her. You'll do anything if it means trashing somebody that you could actually relate to and they could actually help you and be a good friend to you. You would do that because it means that you get closer to her. It gets points in your head to get closer to her, and that's fine, dude. I get it. I'll never hold that against you because I felt that way before too. I've been down that road too. It leads to disappointment. That's all I got to tell you. It really does lead to disappointment. And someday, when you feel like shit and things are gonna be bad on you, and people are gonna be laughing at you and looking at you, you can come over here, and I'm not gonna fucking treat you that way because I get it. I understand it. You, you, sir. I understand, bro. People don't. People don't feel sorry for guys. They don't feel sorry for men. They shouldn't. We don't they don't have, we don't have time to feel sorry for or feel sorry for ourselves. Dude. It's something that we shouldn't be doing. That's how it is, man. That's how it is. You know, fuck it. I'm sorry, mystery. You know what, dude? I don't want to do it like this all the time. But to be honest with you, bro, like when I'm not when I don't really have things to show, like anything like as far as like a video or anything like that is concerned, or I'm not gonna have people on panel and shit. I'd rather just do it like this because it's simpler to put on a live stream on YouTube, and YouTube does promote you a little bit stronger this way than it does when you do the StreamYards way. So that's why I'd rather do it like this. If I'm just gonna be like one manning it, not really doing much. So yeah, like I get you though. I understand, and I appreciate you coming by and saying what's up. Like I don't mind that at all. So oh man, okay, fine, dude. And I can and you know what? I could cut out clips of text and things like that make it sound like she was okay with it too, dude. That's neither here nor there, man. Like, come on now. Like, you really think, oh, a little screen cap is gonna change everything? You don't need screen caps. You don't need those types of receipts for this situation, bro. You don't need it. If it was true, if any of that was true, then it would have ended at that. It would have stopped at that. Come on now, dude. It's not. It's just like fucking like, oh, after the fact. Like, come on, dude. Like it's so obvious. Like it's such an obvious thing. Like I don't even gotta say much. Again, again. Yeah. Well, I will. I am. I just, like I said, I have a thing about certain situations that I just can't. I got to say something about, and I know what they're about. I know exactly what they're about, and the more the narrative comes out that it's me, or I'm like fucking like I'm really doing something terrible. It's because the real issue is not being brought up. Neither. Neither, my friend. I'm okay. Again, I've had stressful moments. I've had moments that I've had on screen that are not they're not cool. But you know what? It's not the there's nothing chemical going on here. It's really me dealing with a lot of like issues that I haven't dealt with because of chemicals, because of things that I decided to run from, and now I'm not running from them anymore. I'm being very confrontational with things that are heavy and not easy to confront, but I have to. And so I'm doing so, and emotionally I'm not prepared for it. I would say that like when it comes to dealing with my emotions, I'm still in a very juvenile state. I'm trying really hard to control them. It's not easy. Like like I with therapists that I learned how to open up, to crying, and it's been very difficult because it's weird because I don't like hitting that emotion too much, but it's something that I've avoided, and so I'm trying not to avoid it, but at the same time, I'm not trying to let it be the whole engulfer of my emotions. It's just something that I'm not used to. So I'm in a very juvenile state when it comes to controlling that emotion, and I'm still learning about myself. I'm still learning how to be a better person and shit like that. I am. I really am. I'm trying. Well, that's easy to say. That's easy to say, Pinky, and I appreciate that. I appreciate what you're saying. I didn't come to you for the reason of living, and I understand why it freaked you out, and I could even understand why you had such a visceral reaction to it. I've never had any problem with that. I just wanted to clear up with you that when I was asking you for that, it wasn't asking you to be there for a long period of time. I was being told that I was gonna have a job offer over there, and I was hoping to kind of like alleviate some of the like costs of trying to jump ship. So I was hoping that I could get a chance with you, maybe like a week, 2 weeks, something that would make sense where I could just gather up a little bit of money, and then go somewhere else. I didn't expect you to say yes, by no means. I didn't expect you to I like I told you, it was a long shot. It was a long shot. And it was just because somebody was telling me that they could do it as far as the job was concerned on that side. And so that's the only reason why I took the chance. That's the only reason why it was a chance taken. It didn't happen. Cool. I wasn't mad about it at all. Well, look, and I was trying to ask, remember, but I think where things got all like mixed up and you got upset, and I understand why you got upset. Again, you could see it that way. You could see it that way, and it could be like that for you. I'm not gonna take that away from you. That's how you feel about it. I can only tell you that it wasn't. I can only tell you that you know what, I had no bad intentions or evil intentions when it came to that. But we'll never know, right? We'll never know. So exactly, exactly, mountain man. You don't know until you ask. You got to ask first, right? You ask, and then if you get a no, you get a no. What happens after, I think, is more important, because I didn't really, it didn't matter to me. You said no, cool. I didn't hate you for it. I didn't get mad at you for it. You said no. Now, when you hung up on me, you didn't let me. I think the whole the money thing was where everything got, I think, a little bit mixed up. There are two different versions of that, and I'm not saying what you heard was wrong, but what I'm saying is that I didn't what you heard wasn't what I was trying to tell you. I think what you got was because I was mentioning that if you heard I got money from who, then I would have it. Then I should have this. But this is not what I was asking you for, because at the moment something was happening there at that point, that we were helping, and I wanted to see if you were gonna wanted to be a part of it. If you didn't, it was fine. But I was gonna explain to you the whole thing. Now, when you hung up on me, I didn't get a chance to finish talking about that, because I think you were on the thing about your situation, and I understand that. Like I said, I don't take that away from you at all. Like like you have your own triggers, your own things that you worry about. I get that. I'm not mad at you for that. I just think you should have allowed me to explain to you what was going on. That was it. If you didn't like it that way, then it's fine. Okay, and again, that makes sense. I'm not mad at you for that. I don't hate you for that. I would have easily explained it to you, like if you would have answered the call, but it's fine. If you didn't want to talk to me no more, it's cool. You see, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, you see how, like, your situation to me makes a little bit more sense, because all of that makes sense to me. It's like it's not a weird thing. I do have one. I do. I do. That's not the issue. That's not the issue at all. I got one. I already did. The thing is that, like, at the moment I was thinking about an opportunity that I was being offered. That's all that was. Again, you keep saying that, but I got one. You're not hearing me. I do. I'm working. I've been working. I started working. I didn't. You know what? You know what? I even tell you like this. I was even working at the time that I asked you. All I was doing was gathering money. Even when she decided to help me, I was still working. I was just at a crossroads where I was put in a situation that I had to spend a lot of money up front that I didn't have. That's it. And it didn't mean that it was like, oh, I was trying to do something sneaky or trying to take money from anybody. All I was trying to do was get myself situated, because I was put in a situation that I had to do a lot at one time. That's it. That's it. That's all that happens. Yeah, but you can say that, but I didn't, though. You can say that, but I didn't. Like, again, like I said, I'm working. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm fine. I'm not. Again, I didn't do anything to make her do anything. She did it because she wanted to, and it wasn't because fucking, like, oh, I wanted to have people saying whatever, dude. It just happens. Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know what other. What other. I don't know what other situation you're gonna be in where you're gonna have to like not be, like upset about things. Like, that's weird, dude. Like, okay, so what do you want? So if somebody's going through a hard time, you want them to be happy and be silly about shit. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand that part. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like you understand what you're saying, right? You understand what you're saying. You're saying that somebody who's having a hard time and dealing with things should be fucking happy-go-lucky when they ask somebody for help. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? I really think about what you're saying. Really think about what you're saying. Because what you're saying is that when somebody's going through a hard time, whether it be somebody you care about or not, they should be fucking like dancing around. And when they ask somebody for help, they should be like, "Hey, I'm doing fine. Help me out here. Come on now." Like, doesn't make any sense. What if I didn't have anybody else, Pinky? You ever thought of that? What if I didn't have anybody else? What if I was put in a situation where I didn't have anybody else? Well, how do you know what's going on with me? If I came to you, you think that it was because I saw you as some sort of target or something, or do you think I saw you because I saw somebody who was somebody reasonable, who probably could give me, like, even if she didn't help me like that, she could give me something, some advice that could probably help. I didn't. You're looking at it all the wrong way. Like this was premeditated or something. Well, I thought I had friends on that panel. I thought I had friends on that panel. You know what? It's cool, man. Like I said, it doesn't make any difference. I didn't go to you afterwards. I wanted to see if you would help me. I asked, you said no, and that was it. I didn't hold it against you, and I didn't even say anything about you. Everything was said about me. Everybody started bashing me. And I could understand that, like, okay, maybe it didn't go that way. Maybe it shouldn't have gone that way. Maybe I made a mistake in asking you, sure, and I can acknowledge that. But why though? Well, why trash me though? Why try to make me look to be like something that I'm not? Not even close to it. You guys can't say that the Scotto stuff is not comparable. Me and Scotto are cool. Me and Scotto are friends. Scotto wanted to help me out when I was really low. And you know what? And I've said it before. When it comes to him, I leaned on him a little too much because at the time that's what was going on. But he is still my friend. We haven't stopped talking. We're cool. Anybody wants to bring that up, they only want to bring up the negative part about it. And I'm not even like, you know what? The Scotto thing is not you or anybody else's business. He's cool with me. I'm cool with him, and I'm not trying to take anybody for nothing. I was in a situation. I was talking to Shannon just like I talk to her all the time, just like I said to her all the time. Whenever I had problems, I talked to her about it. She talked about him with me. That's all I was doing. She felt compelled to help me. That was her thing. The only reason why I asked you, Pinky, was because I thought you would be reasonable. If I asked you, if we would have had a conversation about it, I thought maybe, okay, maybe I could explain to her because I understand how weird it is. I understand how big of a thing it is to ask somebody like that. But I figured, you know what, maybe she would have a conversation with me about it, and we could, like, hash it out a little bit, and maybe I might get a chance at it, maybe. But it didn't. It wasn't the end all be all. It wasn't me trying to, like, oh, I was gonna play some sort of trick on you because I was open about it. If I didn't beat around the bush, the computer thing was real. Everything that I told you was real. It wasn't bullshit. I wasn't trying to bullshit you or trying to get you into some situation where I just took money from you. That would be dumb. I wouldn't have. It wouldn't have come to that. As a matter of fact, you saying no was enough. And I wasn't, like I said, I didn't hold that against you. I wasn't angry about it or anything like that. And it's fine. It was part of the territory. I was looking at being told no more than I was being told yes. And so it was like, whatever, dude. I'm not. It's simply whatever. Well, again, you could say that. You could say that 100 times. You could say that all you want. But You don't know until until you're in my shoes. Okay, I can reason with you in your shoes. I can reason with the things that you did. Try to reason in mine. I wasn't in a good. I wasn't doing anything planned. It was out of desperation. Okay, when I'm in a desperate place, sometimes I do dumb things, and maybe you need to do dumb things that you wouldn't normally do. You know, look, I'll explain it to you in a very easy way, okay? And maybe you watch sports, maybe you don't, okay? Every once in a while, when there's a few seconds on the clock, you see a guy chuck up a shot that he wouldn't normally chuck up, right? Like you see a guy, they'll give him a 3-point shot that's weird, and he'll never really shoot that in a game. But why did he do it that time? Because that was his only shot. And so, again, it may not be normal, it may be unusual, it may be something that you're not used to, and it may be something that I'm not used to either. But you know what? I had to take a chance. I had to take a shot. That's it. That's all I did was take a chance. That's all I did. And if you said no, that was the end of it. I didn't go around. If this and if this was true, what you're saying too, if this was true, what you were saying, then you would have evidence of it all over the place. You would have evidence all over the place, and I'm not talking about Scotto, because Scotto is a completely different thing. You guys do not understand what's going on there. It's completely different. But if we're looking at the exact same thing you're talking about, you'll find it everywhere. You'll find it in a lot of places, but it's not true at all. It's not. Your thing was very specific. It was very, very specific. It was not anything that was like, okay, I'm gonna, like it was a specific thing. I was offered a job, and I don't know anybody who lives up north in California. I really don't. I don't know anybody up there. I only know people in Southern California. So the only people I know is you and your bestie. That's all. Those are the only people that I know. The only people that I know. And so I didn't want to ask your bestie because she was having issues with her thing, whatever. I'm not even trying to rehash any of that, but that she has her thing. So I was like, you know what? You're the only other person. If this opportunity, can go down, then let me see if I can help myself out and ask her. If it didn't work, it didn't work. That's all that was. That's all that was. Yeah, understood. That's why I said it was a long shot. And did I say I knew for a fact that you were gonna let me do it? Did I ever say that? Did I say, hey, you know what? She's gonna for sure. I got that. Like I never said that. I asked you like I would anybody else. I asked you if you were a guy, if you were Cap, if you were anybody. I asked you like I would ask anybody. You said no. Fine. It's your prerogative. I'm not even mad at you for saying no. I'm not mad at you at all. I don't have any issues with you whatsoever. The issues that I have is that then I'm being called some sort of scammer and fucking like, oh, I'm trying to get old ladies to give me money and shit like that. Like that's not true. That's not true at all. I asked you for a favor, and it turned into something completely different, and it shouldn't have, because I didn't ask you for anything after that. If all you would have done is said no, and then said, hey, like, don't ever do that again. Don't ever ask me for shit like that again. Done, dude. Done. It was a long shot. I told you that. Respectfully, I didn't hit you up after that. The only reason why I did was because you cut me off in the middle of me talking about something that you'll never know what the fuck I was talking about, because you just cut me off. And it's fine. It's your prerogative. And I never had a problem with you. Never had a problem with you. It was only until I started getting, oh, he's a weirdo. He's doing this and he's doing that. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Why does it have to go there? I didn't trash you or say anything about you. It was just, hey, it was just a simple favor to ask. That's it. That's it. That's what you heard. I don't know where you got 250 from. Again, I'm thinking that when I would, because the thing is that I tend to over explain shit. I tend to over explain shit. So sometimes when I want to say something, I'm having a consideration of all the things that could be brought up. And so I was thinking about Shannon just giving me the $200. So when it hit me in my head, I was thinking, well, this is her best friend. She's possibly told her already. So if I tell her something about money, she's probably gonna think like, well, didn't Shannon just give you 200 bucks? What the fuck? You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. So, and the situation had nothing to do with me or me getting money. It was actually something else. But again, it's something that's already passed. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and fucking try to explain that whole fucking thing because you didn't want to hear it at the moment, anyways. So there was something going on, and it was something completely outside of me. But whatever. Again, you didn't want to hear it. You hung up on me. Whatever. That shit's fucking that thing is done. I'm not gonna fucking rehash it. I'm not gonna re-explain it. But I don't, you know what, dude? I've never had a problem with you. The only problem that I have is that afterwards it had to be all this fucking talk about me being a scammer and all this and that I was trying to trick Shannon into liking me for what? For what? What trick her? How am I gonna trick her? I didn't look at her like that. Dude. I didn't look at her as feeble or like she couldn't handle herself. Like what the fuck? I treated her with respect. And for her to say things like, "Oh, I wasn't comfortable with the way," really, dude, like really, you weren't comfortable. Like, stop it. Like, just stop it with all that bullshit. Because you know it is. Because you know for a fact, if you wanted it to stop, if you wanted it to end, you would have ended it at that moment. It would have been done. You know how to end things. You can end things when you want to, whenever you want to. That's not that. That's not that is such fucking bullshit that would come out and she would say that. No, no. Again, not that. Not that. Between me and Shannon is between me and Shannon. I'm talking about what you were saying about me scamming old ladies and me trying to scam you. That's what I was saying. Like, I could understand that you would feel that way, but to say that with conviction, like if I'm actually trying to do that, that's kind of fucked up. I'm not trying to do that. I asked you for a favor. Now, like I said, if you had evidence of it, if you have evidence that I went to other people and shit like that and asked the same exact thing at the same exact way, then okay, you got a case there, and I've got to man up to that. I'll man up to the fact that I shouldn't have asked you because I didn't know you, but I'm telling you why I did it because I was taking a chance on something. That's that. That's that. As far as that's concerned, everything else, oh well. Everything else, oh well. I'm sorry, Bigster. I know. Hang on, real quick, yeah. Yeah, he's sick. Um, no, well, I think I'm getting sick. Like I'm getting boogies. What do you mean abandon it from what are you talking about, Amy? I don't know what you're talking about. Abandonment of behavior. What are you talking about? I'm not abandoning any kind of behavior. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been in your server for a while too. I have no idea what you're talking about. Um, I abandon it from behavior. What behavior? Again, again, I have not taken responsibility for things that I haven't done. Anything that I did was wrong. I not only did I take responsibility for, but I gave you guys an apology for it. Whether or not you want to take it is your business, but that's what I did. I never said that it was right for me to call you, Pinky. I never said that it was right for me to do so. I told you it was wrong. I said I was sorry. I gave you the explanation afterwards. I was in a desperate situation. I was offered a job and I wanted to take it. And I was hoping that I could get help from you. You said no, fine. It's okay. I never got mad at you for that. Then afterwards, what am I getting? What am I getting for what am I being put under this label of being a scammer of some sort? What kind of scammer am I being? Well, what am I scamming? Who am I scamming? Why do those things need to be said? Why after the fact am I being called out to be some sort of fucking scammer or labeled under that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, Pinky, you too. You have a good evening. Thank you. Thank you for being reasonable. I didn't. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that things got mixed up. And I promise you that you won't hear anything bad from me ever again. I just hope that I don't get called a scammer again. That's all. Like that's all I care about. It, we're cool though. I don't have a problem with you. What? But you see, okay, look again. Um, I'm not playing victim because I'm not saying that everybody's coming after me or that I'm being attacked. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that something happened and now things are being poured into that. A whole bunch of things are being poured into that and made bigger than it's supposed to be because of somebody else's feelings about something else. It's not oh my god, it's not a it's, again, as you can see with Pinky right now, we could easily hash that out easily. It easily could have been done, no problem. But it wasn't, and it didn't want to be. And I honestly don't put that on Pinky. I don't think it was her that didn't want it to be like that. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying now. Again, this has more to do with a certain person and their initials than it does me. But I want to make sure that people understand that I'm not the things that have been said, and I'm not. I'm definitely not some dude that just wants to come up here and scam old ladies and stuff like that. By no means. And I do have a job, and I am trying to get my shit together. I've made mistakes. I will acknowledge them. But don't put me. Don't try to say that. Like, oh, I'm just fucking like, ooh, scary monster dude. When like I really don't give a shit. Like I don't care. I'm not trying to harm people. I'm not trying to hurt people. By no means. Like I want to have fun. I like social media, by the way. I like having fun here. I like talking about shit and having conversations and stuff like that. And I like debating people and having debates and having conversations about other things. And I also like the fact that we can put attention to people like Michael Kaiser, who's a murder burglar who should be, like paid attention to so he can be brought to light for the evil things that he's done. So it's like you know, I'm just trying to find the focus. That's all. And I don't like I just don't I don't like the fact that there are people that I care about out there, the people that I like that are in this that want to be nasty for no reason. That's probably like the only thing that really bothers me. Yes, you're right. You're right, Victor. You're right. And to other people who have told me this, let's see if I can put it up. Nope, I can't. Um, I'll just pin it. To other people that have told me that, I agree. You guys are right. You guys are being good friends and smart and telling me what I'm supposed to hear. And I thank you so much for that. I'm not running away from what you guys are saying. I appreciate every single one of you for that. And I want you guys to stick around. Like stick around and help me out. I need it. I really do. I need it. I am. I'm growing. I'm trying to be a better person. I really am. It takes time. It takes time. So yeah. All right. Cool. So other than that, and like I said, I appreciate everybody who's been here. Everybody who's helped me out. Oh my god. Bad, bro. There's still some people, no matter what, dude. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why you guys. I'm always gonna love you guys. Bad. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for showing up, regardless of whether or not you're on my side or not. Thank you for showing up. You man. I don't know why I got happy seeing your three little initials there. They perked me up, dude. Thank you for showing up, man. Bad. You're crazy, man. You're crazy, but I like you, dude. You're awesome. Um, cool. I promise you, Vixter. This one's for Vixter. On the next live, I will not use the shorts format. I promise everybody that that one is a specific favor from my friend Vixter right there. Beautiful person, has been following me forever. I love every single each and every one of you guys that support me. Don't forget that you guys want to come in, slap me around, put me in my place. Do that. I need it. So I can get better at this shit. I am gonna get better at this shit. I promise I will. Buddy, so much more than that. But I hear you, Mel. If you really care about me, keep coming around, bro. Don't leave me behind. All right. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for showing up.